always, I want to start off thanking people who checked out my last video, any of my videos. I appreciate you making me the priority with your time, because I know how valuable time is. Trust me, I don't spend it lightly. But this is going to be a short video. I battled with talking about this. Shoot, I even deleted 2 videos because I felt like I was forcing it. My message is short. All right. I appreciate everybody knows the climate of the country right now, from the murder of George Floyd. Dang, the names are running together now. Of George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, the incident with the gentleman in the bird watcher in New York City. This past couple weeks, couple months, I've been drained emotionally, mentally, physically, like just drained, bro, and angry and motivated at the same time. Those of you who don't know, when I'm not playing basketball overseas, I am a math teacher, and the majority of the kids that I serve are from the community in Houston that George Floyd was from. And a lot of the 3 of the families that I grew to love, were directly affected by it, because they were like their neighborhood uncle. You know, this was something that was the final straw for me, and because it's my reality. It's my reality. I'm a grown man, and every time I am out and about and my parents are hitting me up, they have to tell me to be safe. They have to tell me to be safe for my life, not for my car, or not for somebody else, no, for my life, because of how I am perceived in this nation, and that is the reality. Listen, the propaganda of America has worked. When I was living overseas, I was talking to people, they say, yo, don't all black men just want to be baby daddies? So if you think that you haven't been subconsciously influenced to have a certain perspective about black people, you're lying to yourself. So I just want to say this really quick. The protesting, I support it. I thank you for you guys protesting for my life. I get it. But I don't want, and I know this is a lot of people. Don't just do it because it's trendy. Put some footwork behind it and actually put your feet to the fire to help my people. Because if you look at American history, whenever black people benefit, everybody else does. We might get passed up, but if black people are the focus, everybody else benefits. You can look through history, and I don't apologize for saying that. Now, what do I mean by put your feet to the fire? 1, if you're in or if you're outside of my community, please do these 4 things. 1, search for proper understanding of what it means to be black. Take your bias, take that out and listen to us. We've been trying to tell people what it's like, and we have been constantly dismissed and said, oh, they're tripping, oh, they're the victim. Listen, I'm about to be 28 in a couple days. I've never played victim because I was black. I've embraced the struggle and risen up through the struggle to be able to be looked at as a successful person, not only a black man. But I take pride in it, so I'm not a victim, I'm a king. 2, search your paradigm for why you have certain prejudices towards certain black people that look a certain way. What has manipulated your subconscious to make you feel unsafe when you see somebody in a do-rag, in a tank top with their pants sagging? Why? Why? What has caused you to think a certain way? Like I said before, propaganda is real. All right? Some of the nicest, some of the most genuine people I know have a mouthful of goals. 3, you have to make this issue your issue as well. Until you put a personal value on it, this will continue to happen, because in order for this to change for my people, people that don't look like us have to fight along with us. And that's as plain as I can make it. The fourth thing, you know how the Me Too movement, they made a big deal. It was a big splash for like a year about locker room talk. How I relate that to this is if you're around people that aren't black and they're talking down about black people and you're out here marching and protesting and you don't say nothing, you're not helping the problem at all. Just how in the Me Too movement, when somebody's being disrespectful to women, even though it was thrown into the Me Too movement when it's actually just the right thing to do, they stood up. If you guys are not doing the same thing, you are not helping the issue. And along that lines, stop using the line, "I got black friends." That's like saying, "Oh, I love dogs. I got a leash at the house." What? That doesn't make sense. That's not an excuse. Search for proper understanding of what it means to be black. Ask us, we will tell you. And look at it through our lenses. Remove your personal bias. Search your paradigm for why you have certain prejudices towards black people that look however. 3, make it your issue as well. And 4, if you're not around us, please stand up for us. That's what we ask. Now, this is for everybody. Black, white, purple, blue. Listen, if you're marching, or even if you're not, listen. And if you want to change this, get involved with something social to affect social change. Vote. Let me say it again. Vote. And 3, please get involved with kids. Because I'm telling you right now, I might not see the change in my lifetime. I hope I do. But we must constantly volunteer with kids and give them proper knowledge, not education. Education ain't gonna save nobody. There's doctors and lawyers getting pulled over called nigga all day. My life is only as valuable as the perspective of the person in power, which is a scary reality if you did not grow up with that norm, but it's normal for me. So education does not change your perspective. Education does not change the system. It might connect you with certain people to help change the system, but damn it, look how far we've come in 50, 60 years. Not that far. And so for everybody, I'm going to emphasize getting involved in black communities, especially with the youth and with people that are younger than you and people even your age, and share your perspective and actually put a game plan together about how you can create social change. It all ties in together, because I'm gonna tell you this, from kindergarten to 2nd grade, normally black boys and girls are on this, especially black boys. I'm not trying to neglect black girls, but black boys, they are for the most part on the same reading level. Something happens from 2nd to going on 3rd and 4th. And their literacy skills diminish. And everybody knows if you have a cousin in 2nd, 3rd, or 4th grade, they're pretty annoying, right? But most kids that grew up that grew up in a black community, they suffer trauma as a young kid. And when you have trauma as a young kid, that manifests itself into ADHD because you don't know how to articulate what happened to you because you don't have the proper vocabulary. So when people ask, hey, what is wrong? You don't know how to interpret. So what do? You act out. And when a black boy gets a certain age, it goes from the teacher talking to him to, yo, I can't deal with this kid, send him home. When you send him home, now you're causing a chain reaction. Because one, you send him home enough, he's not going to like school, so he wants to be sent home. When you take him out of that dynamic of learning how to research and process knowledge, what are you doing? You're removing him from the skills and the tools that he needs to search for his own knowledge. So then he gets complacent in being where he is, and he's constantly acting out because one, he still doesn't have the vocabulary to voice how he really feels. And thus, that's when you get people that act out when they are adults, because trauma follows you for the rest of your life if you do not address it. That's something that is happening in our black communities. Now, we can combat that by volunteering and getting involved and putting our knowledge, what our school teachers failed to teach us in elementary school about proper knowledge of U.S. history, not education, proper knowledge of U.S. history, how the anti-slavery movement and the abolitionists, how, yes, the abolitionists use Christianity or use their religious convictions to try to end slavery, but then turn around after the Emancipation Proclamation to make Jim Crow laws. How the anti-slavery movement wasn't for black people. It was so that the new lands discovered out west would be profitable for them for farms. So they didn't want slaves working on them because that's how the plantation owners made their money. They wanted the money from themselves. It wasn't even about us. The Emancipation Proclamation was a war tactic. And then you keep going and see how they buttered up what Martin Luther King stood for, how they tried to butter up what Malcolm X stood for. Proper knowledge to give a accurate perspective so that they go on and want to change the narrative instead of like us growing up thinking that it was okay. Because if it wasn't for music, we would have never known that stuff didn't change as much as we thought it did. So listen, all in all, y'all, please put your feet to the fire. I'm trying my best not to be too emotional on here, but hopefully there's some logic behind it. For a lot of us, this is our reality. And for a lot of people out there, it's trendy, it's popular. Dog, this is my life. This is my son's life, my daughter's life, my sister's life, my mother's life, my father's life, my friend's life who I love dearly. This is our lives. Black issues are always given an excuse. It's time to stop giving damn excuses, and it's time to look at what is happening, accept it for being wrong, and change it. Ladies and gentlemen, the foundation of America was not intended to include black people. So why the hell are we so confused at what the hell is going on? Think about what I just said. The foundation of liberty and justice for all, written, set in stone. The tone, the perception of black people was not a person, it was property. And we are flabbergasted at what's happening now. This is why you search for knowledge, not education. This is why you search for understanding and remove your own bias. Because though it may not be the reality for you, it's definitely the reality for me. So look, I might catch slack for this. I don't care. Because at the end of the day, you know I'm right. Please get active. Please don't let this momentum die. And this is something I'm speaking from the heart from. And it's time, bro. It's time. It's been time. But now it's by any means at this point. By any means. So I'm not gonna butter this up. Like, y'all, like, for real, keep pushing for whatever it is. But right now, this is about us. This is about us. And watch, if everybody puts in the work, those who look like me and those who don't, everyone will benefit. I love this quote. Everybody loves black culture, but they hate black, but they don't like or support the black person. Music, sports, entertainment, inventions. Use them on the daily. Love what y'all do for us, but we don't like y'all. We're not gonna make y'all equal. Think about that, bro. To the next time.